I call it a hologram because it's probably the best way to describe it. It's something that appears almost to have form but doesn't have form yet. And as this hologram that I'm calling it begins to manifest or become more dense, it goes into what I refer to as virtual reality. And the virtual reality part, it starts interacting actually with us physically. It starts interacting with us. I remember one time. I had wanted to open up a small antique like bookstore and really develop my intuitive capacity. And this was in a small town, a little bit Victorian town, a beautiful little town, a little artsy town. And I really wanted to do that, but I hadn't pursued it at all. I had my limits of what I was willing to pay for that shop. And because it was 2 hours away from my home, I really needed for it to have a place for me to stay overnight, a little kitchen, a bathroom or something, so I could stay there part time. So one morning I had a dream, and it was a dream of a billboard. This is a long story, so hang in there with me. It was a dream of a billboard. The day before, a friend of mine told me that when she dreamed of billboards and saw something, and then she saw the billboard the next day, she knew she was on track to something pretty special. Well, this morning I woke up and just I'd had a dream about some peanut butter, a certain brand of peanut butter. I thought, well, that's odd because I never buy that brand of peanut butter. I don't even recognize that brand of peanut butter. So I woke up having the feeling I should go to that town and look for it. I knew I wouldn't find it. I mean, my conscious mind was saying, "Yeah, at the price I'm willing to pay with all the criteria that I'm wanting, it's like, yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen or not." But nonetheless, I decided to take that 2-hour drive down to the little Victorian town and look for it. And as I was driving down, I saw a billboard, believe it or not, with that brand of peanut butter advertised on it. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm probably on the right track. That's a synchronicity that happens to me. But you see, at that point, it's virtual. And when it's virtual, it starts really interacting with your personal life. So I drive down to the town. I make one sweep around the town, and I see this sign in a commercial space. It's a gorgeous antique looking space. It was probably an old grocery store. It had the double doors in the front with the screen windows and the displays, out front. And I thought, wow, that is something. It had a for lease sign. It's the only place I saw. So I swung back around and called the real estate lady, and she could show it to me that afternoon. So I had lunch, went back and went inside, and it was gorgeous. The beautiful hardwood floors. It just reeked of, a world gone by. And the tin ceiling, it was just wonderful. And it had a little counter, and so I walked behind the counter, and it's like, "Oh, there's a sink, a stove, and a refrigerator." And a sink and a stove and a refrigerator? Really? Okay. That's good. Now we have one obstacle accomplished. So it had this little nook in the back and a door. And I thought, well, that's probably a closet. And then when I opened it up, it was a full bathroom. So it had this little nook where I could put a cot. It had a full bathroom, and it had the kitchen that I was needing to stay there part time. And when I asked her the price, it was the exact price that I needed for that I had set in motion that I was willing to pay. So there it was. There I had it. So yeah, it turned out just fine. I rented that. I developed my intuitive abilities at that little town, and it all worked out well. But it's following through on what you're asking for, what you're wanting, and then it's that opportunity presents itself.